Good morning. Excuse me. I'm going to try this. I know that walking and talking, thinking and blabbing and yapping. It seems like my cup of tea. Sorry I haven't done this in a minute. I let myself and some excuses get in the way. I was pretty dedicated and pretty good with it up in Canada, and then the travel back started, and then immediately upon our travel back, we had my family follow us right back here, and I got on a new job. All that being said, I tried pretty hard to stay consistent in my meals and track everything that I could, and I still gained some weight. We had our Monday macro call with Matt, our Monday informative class and Q&A and whatnot, and it was it was good. But one thing that I noticed and realized for me, he kind of called us all out, and just like, nothing bad, just, does this sound like something you do? And I immediately put my hand up. Guilty. He said, you ever done meal prep and you got everything laid out and everything's looking good, and you're putting almond butter or peanut butter or whatever in your meals, and then you got half of a spoonful left on your spoon, so you lick the spoon. Yep. I've been making Kylie and buying for her when she asked me to at the grocery store. Her own homemade trail mix. We'll buy some nuts and craisins, I guess, and whatnot, and make a big, huge bag for her. That's her go-to snack. Have a nut or two while you're mixing it all together, and think about that. Everything that goes in your mouth should go on to the tracking, otherwise you're kind of doing yourself a disservice. And he's not, I never really thought of it that way. I always, like, shit, what's a literal three almonds or 4 cashews or 2 walnuts, something small. What's that really gonna do? I'll tell you what, it did something, and I wasn't being all the way honest with myself, and I ended up gaining 2 pounds instead of losing 2 pounds, and the rest of the day, no shit, was bang on. I'd been eating chicken and rice and crushed every other part of the day, and then meal prep or something's laying around here or there, and didn't get enough water in, blah 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 blah. But definitely didn't track that a person nibbles and so there's lots of people, I know a shit ton of them, that can stay dedicated and can slap their own hands and nope. And I know a bunch that are just like me. I know my coach said he's got to hide his almonds for only if and when he needs them. They're hidden up top, away, out of sight, out of mind. There's about 2 or 3 others on the call. Said the exact same thing. Guilty. I got to do that. Otherwise, I'll eat the hell out of them. Me too. And it's worth it. Everybody, like, Cash was looking at me. He's like, why? Like, what's the big deal? A couple of almonds. You only gained 2 pounds. And I said, well, that is the problem. We're trying to learn and trying to build a mindset as well as an understanding of your body, so that for the rest of your life you can make that choice. If you want to hop off the rails for a meal or hop off the rails for, half a day, you can. And if hopping off the rails nowadays is looking like, I'm gonna have a small bowl of trail mix, or I'm gonna have 2 little baggies of Quest chips with salsa, then hell yeah, let's do it. My hope is to build that up, that my needs or wants to go to McDonald's or whatever are far less and much fewer. So learning how to count your macros and understanding your macronutrients, micronutrients, and how they all play a vital role in what you're wanting to do, he was explaining to us there on Monday, is what helped his self the most. He said he tried the carnivore, he tried the keto, he tried the veggie, tried everything, and nothing stayed off and worked quite as good as just learning how your body takes in and fuels itself properly. So learning how to eat in your day based on your workouts, based on your output. Like soon enough it'll be a little bit easier. For example, I just started a new career path. We're trying something out, and I'm going to still have to go to the field once in a while, which is where you're getting your steps in. You're maybe got to run a bit of cable and plug into a computer, and you're on your feet back and forth, so you're getting a good exercise in. My pulling cable and doing that with the electrical department before, like, you could eat almost what you wanted because you're just getting after it all freaking day long. But so we were talking about that on Monday, and I had it all makes sense. I just had never fully understood or appreciated it that way, because I was lucky enough to have been in a career or job situation where that was not so much the thing, but so much an issue. But I had struggles coming back from Calgary back to Texas, and knowing what to eat or how to eat it or when to eat it. I tried the carb-free, and my knees had never felt better, my joints had never felt better, and like Matt said, he said you probably had like next to zero brain fog. Absolutely correct. He said that's where your brain is going to thrive, because it loves protein and fat. That's its main source of fuel, so that's why you still implement and supplement those things into your meal. But your body runs off sugars, which essentially is carbs, and fats. So carbohydrates, fats, and protein are your major macronutrients that you need to basically monitor in every way. And if you monitor these appropriately and you figure out what and where you need to dabble most appropriately, you should have a successful transition from working out. And you don't even need to work out. There's dudes in this program that hurt themselves and continued with Matt regardless, and still straight up still lost weight. They just got freaking dedicated in the kitchen, because you can work out like a savage all you want and you're never going to out-train a shitty diet. I learned this. It wasn't even the hard way. That one was one of the easier ones I had to learn. I got lucky when I finally decided that the gym and losing weight was going to be a part of my lifestyle. I was freaking 300 pounds. But I was a pretty typical standard kid, you know. Enjoyed the funner things of life, maybe. A little bit of partying or drinking on the weekend, and then, you know, get home and order that pizza. So then you've been just dumping empty calories into your guts all evening, and follow that up with some horrendous carbs, you know, burgers and fries, pizza, and then wake up and you feel like garbage, and your body is just screaming at you for some form of a dopamine hit because it's got a headache or whatever. And generally we listen rather than just doing what it should be, what you know you should be doing, and cranking in cranking in water and just chicken and rice, and just like letting your body get better. You do the McDonald's thing, or the hell, sometimes not gonna feel like this all day, so you just have another drink. It's a lifestyle, and I'm learning that it's a worthy one. I'm on an 80-20 diet, 80% whole foods, 20% bullshit, which is the easiest way to explain it. So you still have the ability to, give me one sec here. So you still have the ability to do the things that you want to do, and maybe not get bored, because your body needs more than just protein. And I think that there is a major benefit to eating carnivoristic or protein heavy balanced diets like that. It's just not as easily sustained. So anyway, I'm gonna be more dedicated to doing this a bit more often, but those were some of the thoughts I had. I let myself slip. I let my eye off the prize. I got called out in the best of ways. And yeah, don't lick the spoon. If you're on a journey like I am, be honest with yourself. It's the best way. Just be totally honest and open, and know that tracking the 4 or 5 almonds that you had, well, let me test out the salsa that you got at this Mexican restaurant and put it down. Like, salsa's an easy one, doesn't cost you next to zero. Saying no to the not distracting yourself and having the nuts on the counter, things like that. And then if you're meal prepping, don't lick the spoon. Anyway, that's all I had. It was an interesting talk on Monday, and we all got lit up. Not just me, not just the other guys and gals in the course, but all of us, because we all struggle, and it's just all in up here and what you want to do. We're all doing very well in the course, different sections, different spots, different everything. We're all in different areas of the course and of our weight loss journey, and some of us are on the refeed side where they can't hit all their numbers. Like, it's next to impossible. Wouldn't that be amazing? And they get to put as much in or more than they're used to, and some of us are on the less calories, less of everything, trying to lose that last 5 to 10, and of just love handle, and then it's our turn to go the other way. All right, I've blabbed long enough. I love you guys. 1 mile a day.